I'm starting a business in the Netherlands on my own, without funding, without co-founder, without any experience building a business, but I'm doing it because I have a dream and I believe this will work. And this is me sharing this journey with you on my very honest diary of a CEO. So, yeah, grab your coffee and let's talk about this journey. Shall we? If you are here new in the channel, my name is Vitor. I'm Brazilian, but I live in the Netherlands since 2021. And this is a different type of video. This is a new series. Usually I have these videos where I'm just like thinking out loud and sharing my ideas and feelings with you. But this is a new series where I will show you and share my journey with you as I open my business here in the Netherlands. And as in my regular videos, the idea is to be very honest, very transparent, very, real, because I think that all these videos that you see online, they sometimes romanticize opening a business, but yeah, sometimes it's very, very hard, and I will share my experience with you. But if you want to open your business, this is not to discourage you. On the contrary, is to help you see that other people, they also struggle, and this is real life. So this is me sharing my journey with you. Cheers. Okay, but what is the business, you might be wondering? It's a very simple idea, but I do believe that we can make a real difference in a lot of lives. And it's a curated secondhand store focused on men, bringing nice, quality, beautiful pieces for men who understands the importance of dressing well and dressing for themselves and feeling good with themselves, but they don't have the time, or they don't like to, go through hundreds and hundreds and thousands of articles on all these resale platforms, but they would love to have an alternative, a more sustainable alternative to fast fashion and other mainstream brands. So this is my way to do something for men, and to create something nice, because sometimes when you look at those nice clothing brands, they're all for women, and they were born, catering for women. But this time I'm creating something specifically for men, and I don't plan to expand to women in the future. This is focused on men, and I want to do something nice, something that will help men feel good with themselves, while doing good for the planet as well, because they will be purchasing something secondhand with a lot of quality, a lot of beauty, and it's gonna be good for them, it's gonna be good for the planet, it's gonna be good for everyone, because it's nice to be around people that dress well and look good. So it's gonna be good for everyone in the end. the idea for this business comes from my own experience trying to find nice things, on the secondhand market, combined with a nice experience, shopping experience, and seeing that we didn't have a lot of options for men, and everything started a long time ago. So 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, I decided to stop buying in fast fashion because I just don't agree with the way that they do business, and I don't know, for me it's very sad sometimes to walk into a store and see like all those like crazy amounts of pieces laying around without like care, without like nothing. They are just there, and for me it feels very, very sad, and I know that in the end a lot of those pieces, they will end up in landfills, or they will be burned. So it's very sad the way that we operate in general in the apparel, like in fashion industry. So 4 years ago I decided to stop buying in fast fashion, and then when I was like trying to understand where I could buy, I had basically two options. I could buy in like stores selling like new clothes but made in a more sustainable way, and I know that like in the end it's never gonna be like sustainable producing like clothes, because it's a very heavy process, and it takes a lot of materials, a lot of energy to create and produce the clothes. So it's never gonna be sustainable. But I was trying to find like brands that try to be more responsible and sustainable. So I had like that option, but they were kind of like expensive, and it's fair, like I think that in the end we got used to buying like cheap clothes, but because they are made like in a very poor way, and they don't have quality, like the people making them, like they earn a very small like amount per piece that they produce. So we got used to paying very little for clothes, but when you try to buy like a more sustainable brand, then you see that it's more expensive. And I think it's fair, like I think it's better to buy one piece more expensive that has quality and will like be with you for years and years and you love, than to buy like something cheap that you use like 1-2 times and throw away. But anyway, I had the option to buy with those sustainable brands, which I do sometimes. And I always check this website called Good On You to check the rating, and if it's good or great, I'm like, I buy them. But the other option was like buying in secondhand. But the thing is that I get super overwhelmed in secondhand stores, because usually they have like this crazy amount of pieces, and then you have to really like thrift and hunt for nice pieces, and I know that like a lot of people, they love doing that, but I don't. Every time I have something specific in mind, it's easy because then I go and I know where to look for that type of piece. But if I'm more like on a like a discovery phase, it's not nice, the experience for me, like, because I don't like this hunting or experience. I get very overwhelmed. There is one store here in Rotterdam which is super nice, and I bought like some things there called Senu, and they have small, like quantity of pieces, but very nice, very good quality. So it's a nice experience going there. It looks like a regular store, like, but they're selling secondhand. So for me, that is the nice and example of like what I would love to have. But when you go online, you don't have this type of brand or like a famous brand doing that. It's more like niche brands. And I was like, yeah, maybe there are other men trying to find for an alternative like me, and they would love to have this type of experience, like that is delivering high quality articles, high curated and beautiful pieces that they will love, and they will care about them, and they will wear them again and again and again. And every time that they will do it, they will feel awesome with themselves, and they will have this like nice feeling that they are looking very good, also like while making good for the planet, because they are choosing like a more sustainable option. And I have to be honest with you, like I know that the secondhand market is also like not all golden, like there are a lot of issues, and if you are interested, I can bring more about these issues like in another video. But yeah, it's not all perfect as well, but in the end, it is more sustainable to buy something secondhand than to buying something new. And my goal is to have this experience that feels very nice. It feels like you are buying in a regular store, and when you receive the package, you feel that there is like a lot of thought and a lot of intention behind like everything that you're receiving. So that's my goal, and yeah, that's how the idea came to me basically. And why am I doing this? Basically because I love fashion, like since when I was like very young. I don't know, like fashion for me was always a way to express myself, and I do believe that we tell a lot about ourselves with our clothes. I'm not talking about, like brands or specific styles, anything like that. I just believe that the way that we dress, it sends a message and it tells a message, and I like to be intentional about that, and I've always liked to be intentional about that. It doesn't mean that I've dressed well my whole life. I think that my style was evolving with like the years, and I know that I will keep like evolving my style, but I think I got in a point where I feel like comfortable with the things that I wear, and I feel very intentional with the things that I wear, because for me fashion is a way to express myself. But in the end, like as I was going through this phase, questioning how our clothes they were made and everything like that, I started to get more and more frustrated with the fashion industry. And I was working in the fashion industry as well for almost 4 years. And in the beginning I thought that it would be, you know, like amazing to be there, but in the end it made me see the reality from inside, and it was not a nice reality, let's say, because in the end, like, they have to sell, you know, like they have to sell, and they want to push new things on people, and they are creating like manufacturing like thousands of pieces like every year. And this is the business, you know, like this is the business. Shareholders, they're asking for it, so this is how the business operates. And I started to get more and more frustrated with all that. And when you look at the luxury companies, like they're not better. A lot of issues there as well. In the end, I do think that, like, because we are paying more for those pieces, we tend to care more about them as well, and I don't know, like, love them more, let's say. But a lot of issues there as well. Like, I got to a point where it was very stressful, like, to buy new clothes, and I was reducing like the amount that I was buying like every year, because it was always like a struggle. And I kind of like stopped loving fashion because of all these issues. And I was like, no, I have to separate both, you know, like I have to separate fashion and what it does to a person, from the way that we produce clothes nowadays. Because fashion, you know, like, was there ages and ages ago when we didn't have fast fashion or like big manufacturers creating like billions of clothes every year. So I started to think like I have to separate both. And I'm like basically creating this business because I want to help other men feel good with themselves and express themselves in a nice way, but also like bringing this like sense of fashion back to their lives and like offering a nice experience. And that's the goal, and that's our idea, you know, like helping men feel good with themselves while doing good for the planet as well. They don't have to think about that like we are doing all the job. They just have to buy the things that they love and enjoy them and wear them again and again and again. And once they don't love them anymore, they can resell them, because they will be in a good shape and they will, you know, like hold the value. So that's the idea. And again, like, I think that good things, they hold a lot of value, and we tend to care more and more about them like over time. So I want to offer this type of products, you know, like that people will see and they will fall in love with them, and they will care a lot about them. So where are we right now? So basically we have the company registered here in the Netherlands. We have the name, we have the visual identity, we have the brand part figured out. And what's missing now? We still have to figure out the packaging, which has been like one of my main nightmares because it's, oh my god, it's overwhelming, so overwhelming. I will share more about this like in another video, but it's extremely overwhelmed. I have a call today, like in the afternoon. Today is, yeah, Thursday the 7th of May. I have a call today to talk with a guy from a packaging company, and fingers crossed that it will work out and it's gonna be a good match. And I'm also like reaching out to suppliers here in the Netherlands because, yeah, I'm trying to be very intentional with everything that I do, you know, like every decision that I make, I'm putting like a lot of intention in like that. And I'm doing the sourcing here in the Netherlands because first, the Netherlands, I don't know if you know, I didn't know that, the Netherlands is one of the biggest exporters of used clothes in the world. So there is an amount of articles here for me to source. So I don't want to go to, you know, like other countries to buy things because in the end, like this will make my impact like bigger and my, yeah, carbon footprint. I know like a lot of, yeah, the issues with this term, but yeah, my carbon footprint like would be bigger. So I'm trying to be very intentional and source my clothes here in the Netherlands. But I don't have, you know, like a final supplier yet. I'm waiting for a few answers still. And what else? Yeah, packaging, also being very intentional with that, like sourcing the best materials in the sense of like sustainability and everything. And I want to really create a relationship with my suppliers, a long-term relationship. So I'm like doing that, working on that. Next week I have a workshop to create a scent, a signature scent for the brand, because yeah, I want to create like a nice experience when like people are unboxing our products. So I'll have like this workshop next week with a company here in Rotterdam. And what else? Yeah, this is where we are today. We are not officially live with, you know, like social media and things like that, but I believe that I will do that before posting this video, so I can leave, you know, like all the things here in the description, and you can follow us across the social media channels. And yeah, today I'm sharing like a video here in the channel, today Thursday, talking about like opening my business, and this will start the rollout of the brand. And yeah, we also share on my LinkedIn, so things are starting to, you know, like happen today basically. And yeah, this is where we are right now. A lot of things to figure out still, but I will share everything with you. And please, if you want to know anything specific, just, yeah, write here in the comments, and yeah, I will share in another video. So far, the experience has been like a complete roller coaster. You know, it's always like ups and downs, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, a lot of questions. um, especially because, you know, like I'm doing it by myself, and I have Marcus to help me, of course, and he's always uh, supporting me and helping me when I let him do that. But this is the thing, you know, like it's very difficult for me to ask for help. uh, I think that I have to, you know, like do everything by myself, and that I have to know everything, that I have to be the most incredible professional in all the areas, you know, uh, which is impossible. Like it's, yeah, impossible. How could I be, you know, like a professional in, let's say, packaging, if I just, you know, like started this business and I'm figuring things out like on the go, like, you know. So yeah, I think like I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I want everything to be perfect, but I know that it's not gonna be perfect. I know that I will, yeah, learn a lot of things along the way, and I will learn with the feedbacks from my consumers and all of that. Um, but it's hard, you know, like it's hard to let the perfectionism go sometimes, and to just like move on with things. So yeah, it's been like ups and downs. Now I think I'm feeling more excited because things are getting more real, which is super super nice. And as I shared on my last video, like it's very good to feel this, you know, like to feel that I'm like on the right path. Uh, but it's not because I feel that I'm on the right path that, like, yeah, uh, I don't have like a lot of fears and a lot of questions. So if you're planning, if you want to open your own business, just know that, you know, like it's not gonna be one ascending journey, let's say, only. It's gonna be like ups and downs. um, or as my therapist likes to say, it's more like a spiral, you know. And I love this concept of spiral because, yeah, there's no ups and downs, you know, like it's a constant moving. And even if you like you are in a worse place now, you might be like in a better place than like yesterday. So it's always like moving, and like, yeah, uh, there's no ups and there's no downs. But yeah, this is the journey, you know, like this is the journey. This is what I want to share with you as well. This episode is more, you know, like bringing you along and sharing the story with you. But on my next videos, I will be grounding everything, and I will share more, you know, like the details of the operation and setting everything from scratch. Yeah, next one we will talk about foundations, like building the foundations and building the brand itself. And yeah, if you stayed here, I just want to share the name of the business with you, which is Avesso. Avesso is a word in Portuguese meaning inside out. And yeah, I think it's a name that represents both, you know, like the brand and what we are trying to do, like, which is yeah, taking the clothing industry inside out and looking to the things that are like underneath the surface, and also like really looking at what's inside out our clothes, so it shows the quality, the craftsmanship, like all of that. um, but it's also like a movement, you know, like when you turn things inside out, you really see them for what they are. And this is what we are trying to do here, like being transparent, being honest, and being very intentional with everything that we do. So yeah, this is the name, Avesso. And I will leave the website here below, so you can sign up already if you want to know more about what's coming next. And yeah, that's it. Avesso is coming, and I'm excited for that. So yeah, this is it for the first episode. My coffee is almost running out. I don't have more here as well. I don't know about you, but thank you for watching. Thank you for following me on this journey. And again, let me know here in the comments if you have questions, if you want to know anything like specific, and I will share everything I can with you. And I really promise to be as honest and vulnerable as I can, protecting my mental health as well. But yeah, let me know here in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and to follow this journey. Like this video, please, so I know that, you know, like we have someone out there enjoying this. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for investing your time here on me, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. So thank you again. Take care and enjoy your Sunday. Okay? Thank you. Bye. Ciao. This is the post-credit scene where I share what I forgot to share during the video. So basically, this shirt here, this is what made me kind of like fall in love with secondhand. We went to this place called Fair Priced Vintage. I think this is the name. Yeah, Fair Priced Vintage. If you live here in the Netherlands, or if you are coming to visit anytime soon and they are happening, it's basically like a pop-up event where they sell vintage clothes with like a fair price. And this is where I found this shirt, and it's, you know, like big, it's extra large, and usually I wear extra small, but when I saw it I was like, this is so nice, I have to try it. And then I tried it on, and it's nice when you know, like are wearing it as a oversized shirt. And basically I bought like more shirts as well, and I loved all of them, and I keep wearing them again and again and again. And that's when I was like, you can find very nice things in, you know, like secondhand stores or pop-ups like this. And that's why I think that the idea, like that's when the idea started to materialize in my head. So thank you guys, Fair Priced Vintage, for doing this. Super nice job. I hope you have like a very successful future. Maybe we can work together sometime. But yeah, this is how I started to love secondhand clothes. And I think that a good sign is when like you're traveling and you have to decide what you are putting on your carry-on and not on your checked-in bag, because the checked-in bag can get lost. So yeah, this is the sign that like when I love something, I will always bring it with me on my carry-on because I don't want it to get lost. And this one I'm always bringing with me on my carry-on. Yeah, because I love it, and I know that if I lose it, there's no way to find like this again, because it's vintage. I don't know, someone might have this like laying around on their closet, but like I don't have it, so I have to take care of this piece because it's only one, and I cannot buy the same again. So yeah, that's it. Now it's a real goodbye. Bye. Ciao.